In today's Razorback Daily, we've got a special episode for you today. Former Razorback wide receiver Cobi Hamilton is on the show. It's Tuesday, April the 29th, 2025. I'm Matt Zimmerman, along with Quinn Grovey and Tara Talmadge, and you're listening to the Razorback Daily. All right, well, happy Tuesday to you. Here we go. A lot going on in Razorback athletics, as always. And we've got a special episode for you all today. How about this? Some of you may have seen on social media, the Hogs Plus team was in Texarkana with former Razorback Cobi Hamilton over the weekend. The Hogs Plus crew is working so hard on a really amazing film that will be coming out this fall. I'm excited to see it. You know, it's always good stuff. All the documentaries that Hogs Plus do are outstanding. The ones they've done in the past, the 100 seasons of Razorback basketball, the redemption, all the great stories are so good. You won't want to miss this one. I can't wait to see it. But Cobi also took time to talk with us here on the Razorback Daily about what he's been up to and to reminisce about his time as an Arkansas Razorback. Take a listen, Cobi Hamilton.
Well, welcome back to the Razorback Daily, man. And we have a guy on the show today that was an absolute beast at Arkansas, an absolute beast. Played at Arkansas from 2009 to 2012, played in 51 games. And this guy, Terry, listen to this, 175 receptions, 2,854 yards, 18 touchdowns. And this guy averaged 16 yards per reception. That's a first down and a half every time he caught the ball. That's big time. That's big time. His senior year at Arkansas, it was off the charts crazy. 90 receptions. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
For 1,335 yards. The guy averaged 111 yards per game, which is really off the charts. You talk about knowing we're going to throw you the ball and you still can't stop it. And he was drafted in the 6th round of the 2013 draft by the NFL draft by the Cincinnati Bengals, and he is considered one of the best wide receivers in Arkansas history. That guy is Mr. Cobi Hamilton. Cobi, welcome to the Razorback Daily, my man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. That was an introduction right there, Quinn.
I got to take care of my football guy. Anytime we get a football guy on there that's produced as much as Cobi, you got to make sure everybody understands it.
I appreciate it.
That kind of stuff. But Cobi, man, I'm so glad you're on the show, and we're talking a little bit about what's happening in your life, and let's just go ahead and start there. I mean, just catch everybody up about what's going on with Mr. Cobi Hamilton right now.
Oh, not much. Just hanging out with my cows every day. That's about it.
Yeah, I looked at your Facebook and all your stuff on social media and Instagram and all that, and I was like, man, I mean, you got it going on. I mean, what got you started in that business, and where are you at? You're in Texarkana, right?
Yeah, I'm in Texarkana, Texas. Yes, sir. Really, just my dad. I grew up just, I guess, as far as I can remember, being up around cows and whatnot. And if it wasn't cows, it was sports. So, like I said, it's kind of nothing new for me.
Now, when you're dealing with those animals, I mean, do they like become family to you at some point in time?
At some point, yeah. I got my few that I kind of partial to, but it's a lot going on around here, so it kind of flows.
You can't name them. That's the key.
That's
Once
the
you
key.
name them, they're family.
Exactly.
Quinn mentioned, all your stats and kind of ran through it, but you had so many great moments as a Razorback. I'd love to hear about just some of your favorite memories on when you look back on your career at Arkansas.
I guess just the whole experience from freshman year to senior year, just really just the whole experience and being around the guys and really just enjoyed every bit of it.
And Cobi, with that, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, me being on the radio broadcast for a long time, and I've seen just about everybody come through the program. That I always go back to that LSU game. I'm sure everybody always asks you about that and that touchdown you scored right before the half, and I'm even on the radio saying, yeah, I guarantee, Coach Petrino's going to take a knee and he's not going to do anything. And y'all fire one straight down the middle and you get to the house. I mean, what was that like, being in that situation? Because I've never heard your side of it.
I guess it was kind of surreal for it to happen that way. Like I said, I think Ryan he suggested the call. Like I said, I was kind of surreal. It happened so fast, but I always tell people I give credit to J.S. Wright for blocking downfield. If it wasn't for him, it probably wouldn't have happened. So I always give credit to Jay Wright for doing that.
Well, you mentioned Petrino. Obviously, he's back at Arkansas. I'd love to get your take on, just what it was like playing for him.
It was great. It was awesome. I think he did a great job. I guess instilling like just mental toughness in us because he knew the tough games we would be in. Like I said, I think everybody kind of took a hold of that and went on with it. But like I said, we all, I guess, as a whole, wanted to get better and knew we could be pretty good. So
yeah.
Yeah, because you just don't go for 1,300 yards in some type of offense in the SEC and not have a guy that can really dial things up. I mean, what was it like being a wide receiver? Oh, actually being a number one wide receiver that he trusts. I mean, that senior year was spectacular.
It was good. Now, man, credit to his brother Paul Petrino and my coach Chris Sink. They did a great job. I guess developing me and get me prepared for those games and to have that kind of success. So big credit to Coach Sink and Paul Petrino for helping me succeed.
One thing I've noticed from covering the Razorbacks over the years is kind of the bond that these guys all make on the team. Like you see a lot of them come back to the stadium even after they've moved on and graduated and started their careers and their families and stuff. I feel like you guys have a pretty tight knit community. Do you still keep in touch with any of the guys you used to play with?
Yeah, I'll keep in touch with like Joe and Jay and a few others. Like I said, I think Petrino, he did a good job recruiting in the state.
Yeah,
I guess his first and second year. So a lot of us, we kind of from the same backgrounds, kind of same kind of cultures, and that kind of helped us get along with each other. Other than getting guys from like California or just all over the place coming into Warren. I think like Jay them, they're from Warren, and I guess you got the Little Rock bunch. But I think this guys is kind of familiar with how we were brought up, and I kind of, I guess, translated to on the field.
Anyone been out to the farm yet to see you?
No, I'm probably the only one that kind of enjoys stuff like this. They don't. Yeah.
They haven't made the trek out there yet.
No, I wouldn't hold my breath from the show up.
You think you get Coach Petrino out there?
Oh, I highly doubt it. No, they all know I enjoy it, and they just want to leave it at that. They don't want to see it. They don't want to be a part of it. They
gotcha.
I guess long as I'm happy, they're happy. Yeah, so they don't want no part of it.
So Cobi, what did you think about it when Coach Petrino came back to the University of Arkansas, just solely focused as an offensive coordinator?
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that in a million years, but I'm hoping that he has the success that we had, and I'm sure he will. Like so, I think that they showed that, I guess, last year, and I think this year they'll only get better. But like I said, I think hopefully they do a great job and make it to a pretty good bowl game this year.
Because I think everybody really understands. I mean, like when you install an offense and stuff, I mean, to be able to really get up and running, it's going to take you a year or two to really kind of get it up and running. And now that he's got a quarterback that's coming back in the same offense, now you got a bunch of new receivers, but you got to be expecting a whole lot more productivity this season.
Yeah, I was saying, Petrino, he's hard on the quarterbacks more than anybody. So, like I said, as long as he has a good quarterback, good leader at the quarterback position, I'm sure they can find somebody that can catch some balls from him. So, I'm sure they'll have a great year. Like I said, I know Petrino, he'll be better, and he'll make those guys be better. So, I'm sure they'll have a great year. I'm hoping the best for them. I'll be watching.
Hey, Razorback fans, we hope you're hungry for some 100% oak smoke barbecue. That sounds good. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue is bringing their famous smoked meats, delicious sides, and signature sauce to Fayetteville this May. Stay tuned for opening date and more by following them on Facebook or visiting Rudy's.com. Rudy's.com. Every hog needs a home, and who better to help hog fans buy or sell a home than the real estate experts at Keller Williams Market Pro Realty. No one knows Northwest Arkansas better than professionals of the largest real estate brokerage in the state of Arkansas. They'll make you feel right at home, hog fans. Learn more at kwrazorbacks.com. That's kwrazorbacks.com. At Arvest Bank, we've got loans and we've got lines of credit for almost anything. Need to improve your home, consolidate debt, or maybe purchase a new vehicle? Well, then apply online today. Arvest.com/loans. It's easy to do. Go check it out. Arvest.com/loans. Equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
We know the NFL draft is going on, and as someone who has been drafted, just, what was that transition like for you from college to the NFL? Like, what was that process like?
It was, I guess, somewhat stressful at the first part because just a whole bunch of, I guess, off the field stuff that you got to go through and deal with. But coming back to playing ball, it was kind of the same. Being in the SEC West and kind of playing against those same guys that you played in college. So I guess the experience of transition on the field was not much difference, but I guess just off the field, all the interviews and all the stuff you have to kind of go through through that process, kind of a headache or whatnot.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't get a chance to go through that process. You're one of a few people in the small fraternity that goes through the entire combine, the interview process, and then you go through the whole draft day.
Yeah.
And so what kind of advice would you give to another Texarkana, Texas native and Landon Jackson in regards to getting prepared for his draft day?
Oh, just take one day at a time. I guess all you can do and control what you can control. Probably just the main thing. 'Cause I'm sure a lot of things will happen and that you can't control. But I guess it's only control everything that you can and just hope for the best.
Where were you at on draft day when, or when you got drafted? When you got the phone call, were you in Texarkana or were you?
I was in Texarkana with family. Yep, it was. I think it was. It was a Saturday because I got drafted. I think the third day. So it was a Saturday. I was in here in Texarkana just with the family and whatnot.
And then it's like, okay, now I've got to get to my new city, and all that. When does it become real for you? Like, okay, I got the call, I'm drafted, and now I know I'm playing with even though I played in the SEC West, I'm about to play with a lot of grown men that are trying to feed their family.
I guess probably the first preseason game, probably the first, I guess, surreal moment that you in the NFL and whatnot. But like I said, throughout the process getting there, it was kind of pretty much the same. But just being on the NFL field and playing NFL games, it was part of the main thing.
Well, Cobi, I know our Hogs Plus team is down there with you. They had the opportunity to sit down with you. They're working on a really great project about Mallet. And what was it like for you to kind of reminisce on him and the impact that he had?
Oh, it was great. Like I said, I sure do miss him. Like I said, I was telling that I enjoyed just the authentic he was and just the pureness he showed. Being around kids is just being real genuine. Seeing other kids smile and seeing his face bright up when theirs did. So that's something, like I said, I always take back from him is just the pureness that he showed with kids and whatnot.
Yeah. Now you played with Mallet in high school too, right?
I didn't play. He was 2 years older than me, so okay. I was a sophomore. He was a senior, and I guess our school we we were pretty good. So I guess sophomores we really didn't play on varsity.
Ah,
So it's mainly juniors and seniors played.
well, you got a chance to see him in high school.
Oh, definitely. I think I was telling that he played Matthew Stafford his junior year and RG3 his senior year.
Goodness.
So it was fun. Yeah, it was fun to see all that kind of go down.
When did Mallet though? I know you didn't play with him in high school, and then you get to play with him in college. But there's a time he goes from being Mallet to 1.5. I mean, you take it to a whole new level when you get a nickname like that, and that's all I call him was 1.5. Was he 1.5 in Texarkana, or was he just Mallet and then he became 1.5 when he got up here?
It's kind of hard to say because he always won 1.5. I guess he kind of just got that nickname. I guess the older he got, he kind of just got that nickname. But I guess you say he was Mallet, Texarkana. I guess he got to Arkansas. I don't know when people start calling him 1.5, but like I said, I've been knowing him since I guess he was 8th, 9th grade. See him come up and see him fulfill all the expectations he had.
Yeah, and when you think about that opportunity for him to come back to Arkansas, I mean, I'm sure you knew about that big arm and all that, and what were you thinking when you had an opportunity to play with him at Arkansas?
He was part of a big reason of me going to Arkansas with him coming back, and his dad was my 8th grade football coach, and just being around his dad and kind of knowing that I'll be around a familiar face when I go to Arkansas. So, and then my parents went to University of Arkansas too, so that was a big part of it with Ryan coming back and my parents being there, going to school there, and still being kind of somewhat local.
So, Cobi, there a lot of times throughout Arkansas history, when something tragic happens, a lot of times exactly where you were at whenever you heard the news. And where were you at when you heard the news about Mallet's passing?
I can't tell you where I was at. I remember the phone call, and I'll never forget that. Like I said, it didn't really hit me probably 2 or 3, 4 days later that what had happened. But like I said, I know I sure miss him, and just I know a lot of people miss him. So yeah.
And I know one of the things too. I mean, Mallet was. He played in the league, did a lot of different things, and he was on his path. He was going to be a great coach, and to see him take over that high school program, he was headed down the path, Cobi, that I think that he really was going to make a big difference with the young folks as you've talked about.
Yeah, like I said, I know those kids. I know they really enjoyed them because I know personally just the experiences that gets to. How genuine he was just being around kids and seeing them happy and just seeing this one of those kids to be successful, and I guess just kind of showing those kids the way. And I know he's a leader, so I know he was good, leading those kids and I guess wanting them to be great at whatever they chose to do.
Yeah. Now, when's the last time you've been up on the hill, man?
Oh, it's been a couple of years. I think the last time I remember. Really was I think the Texas game. We played Texas probably 2 or 3 years ago, and that's probably the last time I've probably been up there.
Yeah, things are changing fast up here.
Yeah, I can only imagine that. They changed since I guess 2 or 3 years ago, so I know it don't change even more now. My parents they still go up there. They went to school up there, so they still probably go 2 or 3 times a year. But I tell people all the time that every year I got away from college, probably the less I went up there. Like I said, the first year out of college, I was up there all the time, and now I don't even, probably every few years I go up there now.
Any restaurants up here you're missing?
Obviously the Catfish Hole.
Obviously.
Obviously. And I think that's about it.
That is a hot spot, though.
It is. Yeah, and the people that work there, Miss Marsha, they still keep in contact with me and follow me on Facebook and see what I had going. I worked there one summer. Like I said, sure do miss Mr. Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but a lot of great moments there. I'm sure everybody had some, but really enjoy that spot. Yeah.
Now you talked about your folks. Are they in Texarkana as well?
Yeah, they live in Texarkana as well. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So you get to hang out with them. You get to see them. That's a beautiful thing when you talk about that. I used to have to drive a long time to go see my folks, and I'd say cherish those times you got with those parents, man. That's cool that you're able to see them on a daily basis.
Yeah. I think they used to always show us. They went to school up there. They used to always show us where they lived and where they worked and where this and that and this and that. And I used to kind of just blow them off like, yeah, whatever. I didn't think I would be there one day, so it was pretty cool to go to school there and kind of. I'm sure one day I'll be showing my kids, where I worked and where this and that it was when I was there. So it's pretty cool how life works.
Well, Cobi, man, we want to thank you for joining the Razorback Daily. Don't make this your last stop on the Daily, man. We got to get you back on here. It's always good when you got Arkansas greats that can come on and talk about it, and we'll have a lot to talk about as this football season goes along. But I appreciate you being a part of Razorback history and everything you've done as one of the best. Appreciate you being a part of the film. That's going to be something else. Haley and Saul and all those guys, when they get to doing those films, it's big time stuff of what they're doing at Hogs Plus, man. But appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. And if you wanna hook your boy up with a full cow,
I got you.
Man, that is great stuff right there from Cobi Hamilton. Great job, Quinn, Tara. Great interview. Really interesting stuff. So can't wait to hear more of what's going to happen with Hogs Plus. Excited for that. And how about softball? Razorback softball was the number 9 ranked team going into this past weekend where they were going to play number 1/number 2 Texas A&M. Beat them 2 out of 3. Softball America poll came out yesterday. They've got our ladies at number 2 in the country. You go from number 9 to number 2. That tells you how hot this Razorback softball team is. Wow. They're not going to win the league, but they can still win the league tournament. That's next week after next. We got LSU in the last SEC series this weekend. Wow. Exciting for Razorback softball. That's a huge deal. That's it for the Razorback Daily, a sport and story production. I'm Matt Zimmerman, along with Quinn Grovey and Tara Talmadge, and we look forward to talking to you tomorrow.